Sarah here, welcome back for a currently inked video. I actually have some more pens than usual inked up this month, because I've been writing a lot and running out. So yeah, I've gone with a few more. I thought I'd just show you quickly. I actually did a bit of some thinking and decided to capture it. So after my Feb currently inked, I really liked kind of having a bit of a theme in some ways. And so I wanted to just do that again. And for better or for worse, I don't like blue ink. And I went, well, why don't I just only do blue and just really have an exploration with blue? So that was one thought. And I just started thinking about that. And then also thinking about, I have 3 retractable nibs now. What would happen if I put the same ink in all 3 and did like a little mini exploration there? So then I started thinking about different blue inks I have, what they kind of look like. They're light, they're dark, saturated, chroma shading, etc. So I kind of just went through that and then went, okay, well, if I put it into kind of categories of different types of blue, what would that look like? And then different ones kind of based on here. Just, I guess, the next iteration of thoughts. I then just wanted to write a little bit about the Feb thoughts that I had. So I did this on the 11th, and I'd actually written some pens dry already. So in terms of my Feb inks, I had 7 pens inked on the 1st of Feb. I also had the Asfine P50 with Diamine Earl Grey that I hadn't included but was inked up. I loved the Omar 72 with the Birmingham Pen Company's Cherry Blossom. I also really loved the Traveller's Company with the Pen BBS Japanese Morning Glory. Really loving Pen BBS inks at the moment. I actually think I want to do a whole month just on Pen BBS inks, and I want to do an ink swatching video on them as well. But I think that's coming up. And then was just thinking about some things I didn't like. This one actually may have been too harsh, and I ended up writing it down the bottom here. I hadn't really enjoyed the Zero Phantom with the Kitty ink pot. It just felt dry, but I went and did a longer writing session with it, and I came back and I said maybe I was a bit too quick to judge. I'd only written on quite toothy paper, and it was much better in my Stalogy journal. And was anything else kind of not great? No, that was kind of my only thought at that point in time. I've also just said that I have been doing lots of writing at the moment, and I had already written dry almost 3 pens. And then later on in the month, I added another note, the Mahjong A1 with the Pilot Iroshizuku mix. Just wasn't enjoyable, and I didn't finish it. I actually just cleaned the pen. So then I went back to looking at pens I wanted to ink up. I really liked the idea of the 3 retractable nibs, and I went, okay, well, maybe I'll put Konpeki in them. So then one I hadn't tried at all was the Endless Creator, and so I decided to write with this. It wasn't actually overly comfortable, but that's kind of what I ended up looking at, and then I've ended up with 9 pens, but 7 inks. So I'll just bring these to the side here, and I will start and hopefully remember when I edit to zoom in. First up, we have the Hongdian M2. I think this color is technically called Slate. Cartridge converter pen with an extra fine nib. It's a really nice pocket pen. I really like these pens, and I like the kind of cool feeling in the hand. If you like a Quebeco, you'll probably like this one too. So, first cab off the rank, as they say. That wasn't at hard starting, that was me not having the nib on the paper properly. So this is the M2 extra fine, and this has Diamine. I know it's not how you pronounce it, but I always in my head go choppin' because it sounds really Aussie. But from the music series, a very dark blue. chopping. I just think it sounds funny. Anyway, that's the first one. Next up, I've got 2 vintage pens in this rotation, this inking, whatever we want to call it. So next up is the Dinky, Conway Stewart Lever Filler Dinky. Funnily enough, this one's even smaller, but I actually don't, I feel like I'm going to break it when I post it, so I don't usually. And this is a really nice flex nib. I always try and put safer inks in here. So I've gone with a diamine as well, just a standard. There's some people going pretty hectic outside. The Conway Stewart Dinky. And this is the 550. Does it tell me what it is? Am I going to run out? It's 14 carat, and this has this has diamine Thunderbolt or Thunderstorm. I've forgotten. Let's go with Thunderbolt. From the ink vent. That ink was given to me from a pen friend. So that is number 2. Next up, I think I'm really going to like this one. My Asvine P50 in the grey demonstrator. See if I can bring that up for you there. The fine nib. I am really enjoying this pen. It's definitely on the thicker side of fine nibs, absolutely. But I love the way this pen looks, and I really enjoy writing with it. And this has I really think it's a medium. Whoopsies. Maybe I'll go back and check. I swear that just looks way too thick. And this has a newish ink to me from pen friend Eleanor. And I know it's one she really likes, and it's Little Boat's Journey. I'm going to run out of room. Mid. I love with this ink, especially if you swatch it, when it goes down wet, it goes down quite blurpily, and then it dries to this grey blue. And actually on this Traveller's paper, there's some green coming through. But I really like, this pen is definitely becoming my go-to for dry inks because it's still a finer nib, but you can get the drier inks through. Next up is my Hero 565. Probably similar actually. I would say this is on the wider of fine nibs. Make sure I keep a space. But this will be my second time using this pen like properly in it, currently inked, and I really enjoy it. This is I haven't been writing the colour, so I won't for this one, with a fine nib, and this is Diamine. Is that Early Dusk instead of Thunderbolt? Well, it's Thunderbolt now. Diamine Overcast. I'm hoping this doesn't end up being too light. Definitely couldn't go in a dry pen. I think that would be really unenjoyable, but interested to see how that goes. Next up, it's a combination that I have had before because I love it, and I have now finished my sample. It is the Waterman 503 with the W2A. Yep, W2A 14 karat nib. It's just such a beautiful vintage pen. I've put Ferris Wheel Press Storied Blue in it before, and that is what I'm doing again today because I love the ink in this pen. I just love everything about it. And for someone who doesn't like blue inks, this has just been such a pleasure to write with. So I went, do it again, especially if I'm looking into blues. Let's see if we can get a little bit of... But that is the end of this sample now. And this has a 14 carat W2A. It's making a nice storied. So I need to find another blue that is, I guess, safe and looks like that. But I just, yep, I've really, really, really enjoyed that. Have I done this wrong? That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes. Oh, there you go. That's how I messed it up. Whoopsies. Then the last one from this pouch, from Pen Friend T, I've just taken the clip off because I kept dropping it. This is the Kaweco Supra in the black, and this has a Bock nib on it, a fine Bock nib, and then I've just got it as the full size at the moment. Obviously I could take that bit off and make it smaller, but I've just kept it like this. Similar to the Hongdian, feels really nice in the hand, the kind of metal pen. And this actually has the ink that I made in it. So this is the I've been writing fine somewhere, not others, and I'll just put in brackets Bock. And this was when I was doing kind of mornings in capital cities. This was my one for Melbourne, which I called Hook Turn Fog. I'm not sure if it's going to be slightly dry. I would like to do a long writing session with this pen. It's still a pen I'm getting to know, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's okay, and I probably don't know too much about Bock nibs as well, so that'll be a nice learning experience. Then I went, okay, what's an ink that generally performs well and I could put in 3 retractable nibs, and I chose Konpeki from Pilot Iroshizuku. So I've put that in the Endless Pens Creator Retractable, the Pilot Vanishing Point with the 18 carat extra fine, and then the Mahjong A1 with the extra fine as well. Just to see the difference between all of them. As I said, I wrote that list previously with the Endless and it didn't feel super comfortable in the hand, but we'll see. That was a gift from another pen friend. So this one is the, and I'm so happy that I kept my first ever Mahjong nib, because it's been the best one by far, and I just popped it into here and it writes really nicely. Oh, that's the wrong pouch. That's the first one. And interesting to see, like the different line widths is pretty crazy as well. So then this is the VP, and you can, I don't know if you can even hear that, but definitely a pen known for its super fine lines. And you can see there how different they are. 18, I've been doing it like that, extra fine. And at one point I was saying, well, thinking, not saying, is it unfair to put a Pilot ink in a Pilot pen? Is it going to behave differently compared to the others? It looks a little bit darker. I wonder if there was a tiny bit left of the black in there, but pretty crazy the difference. And then I actually am not sure. Oh no, I did. I checked. The Endless pens, it's a fine nib, but then again, it writes so thick. Look at that. And that's just super dark, which is a bit weird as well. Why has it done that? I think it's just wet. You can see ink on the nib there. Yeah, jury's still out on this pen. Yeah, it's just super wet. Endless Pens, and it's the Creator. Maybe that should be an E, and this is a fine nib. And again, Pilot Iroshizuku on, I think maybe it's the angle of the group section there. But you can see same ink, 3 different pens, and yes, a different nib, but putting down so much more, and then the fine line there. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of an exploration with those. So that is my currently inked for the month. I'm trying to, maybe precious is the wrong word. If I'm not enjoying something, I'm going to empty it out. I'm not going to use something that I'm not enjoying, but I wanted to spend some time with blue because it's not a color I go towards a lot, but maybe we'll see from here if there is something I enjoy a bit more, or maybe it's just, that's just how it is. And look, in terms of I don't have many blue inks because I don't use it a lot, so I didn't have a lot to choose from, but I tried to pick some out that kind of covered different areas. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to ink up for the month. And if you like that kind of me going through quickly the thoughts I kind of wrote halfway through, I know that was a little bit early, but let me know because I write thoughts either way, but if you want me to share them, I can remember to do that as well. There we go. I would love to know what you're inking up, or if you have any thoughts on any of these combinations for this month. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.